He's got to look out for that right leg. He's got it. He locked it down.
What level of jiu-jitsu do you need to compete in MMA? This is really gonna depend on what kind of jiu-jitsu you do. If you do that really whack guard pulling, butt scooting jiu-jitsu that you really see popularized in all of these no-gi submission only tournaments, you better be a black belt. If you're gonna try to pull guard on somebody, Cron Gracie, you better be like world champion level black belt. And obviously that might not work either. Jiu-jitsu helps in MMA, but it's not exactly designed for MMA. Not jiu-jitsu. Like Gracie jiu-jitsu and the jiu-jitsu that you see at jiu-jitsu tournaments, most of these guys can't shoot a takedown. Most of these guys can't do a throw. Their position when they're on their feet is absolutely terrible, and they spend most of the time on their back or their butt fishing for traps. If that's your game, you might want to take up another grappling art. If you're getting your grappling knowledge from a gym that practices like that, you gotta supplement by learning wrestling or learning judo. There's almost no level of jiu-jitsu that you could be at in which it's gonna translate good to MMA competition if you were performing like that. Now, if you're at a jiu-jitsu gym that has more of a holistic approach, they're good at takedowns, they're good at stopping takedowns, they're good at standing up, they're good at attacking the upper body, they're good at attacking the lower body. Now, you're gonna need something like a blue belt to compete at a regional amateur level. I would say purple to brown belt at a national to international level, and at an elite level, you wanna be a black belt. If you're going into the UFC, you wanna be a black belt, or at least very close to a black belt as a brown belt. The UFC is no joke. They have very good grapplers. All of the top level organizations have very good grapplers. There's a lot of high level wrestlers that are out there. And if you're gonna use jiu-jitsu to stop them, that jiu-jitsu better have some wrestling, which almost all of the moves in wrestling work in jiu-jitsu, but there's a bunch of moves in jiu-jitsu that you're not able to do in wrestling. So you'll be able to find some jiu-jitsu gyms like TriStar gyms that do a lot of wrestling in their jiu-jitsu practice. My gym, we also have a lot of judo in our jiu-jitsu practices. Lately, I've been wondering how much of jiu-jitsu is actually just judo, and the answer is pretty ridiculous. It's way more than most people think. I'm not even sure that jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, is even a martial art anymore. It's just judo with a focus on the guard. But anyway, that's a bit of a tangent. If you want to do MMA, you better be good at getting up off the ground. You better be good at attacking the upper body. You better be good at attacking the lower body. You better be good at taking people down to be able to actually use grappling. You better be good at shutting people down when they try to take you down. And one thing that not enough jiu-jitsu gyms are doing, you need to work on the wall and the fence. If your grappling doesn't work against a barrier, it's not even gonna work on the street, because a lot of street fights happen against a barrier. And if you're not prepared for that situation, if you don't understand how to use that to your advantage, how to make it to their disadvantage, you're not gonna win that fight. So much of grappling in MMA happens on the wall, so much of it. And it's for a long time now that people have gotten really good at using the wall to get up off the ground and bring it back into striking. So if you wanna fight in MMA and you train at a jiu-jitsu gym, if you train at Gracie Baja, you need wrestling, you need judo, or even better, you need TriStar Gym. Shout outs to Faraz Zahabi. Tell me what you guys think about jiu-jitsu. Do you think that it applies to a modern day martial arts situation the way we used to think it did back in the Gracie days? Do you think jiu-jitsu's evolution has changed now and has kind of ruined itself or made itself worse for MMA? Or do you think it's better? Let me know what you think. Drop a comment. And as always, like, subscribe, notification bell. I appreciate you guys. It all helps the channel. Peace out.